everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Super Mario Land. Last time, we got started on our adventure and saved Daisy from Tatonga all in one day. Crazy, right? This time, we're here for the bonus video. First of all, top score is displayed on the title screen. There is no save feature. Once it's turned off, it is gone forever. Mario's face signifies a cleared data. By starting up once again, there is a second quest. Not a lot changes, it's just enemies that weren't in a level originally now appear. For instance, if you'd be so kind as to show up here any second now, flies appearing much earlier in 1-1 than they originally did. One of many examples of that. I don't think it's necessary to go through and list every single change, but there is replayability here if you want it, which, thank God, it's 12 levels and you can beat it in like 25 minutes. All you need to know is that it's saving Daisy on hard. Beating second quest gives a level select to all 12 levels. The back of the package mentions giant crabs appearing in this game, but it's false advertising! Don't you know this game is based on Japanese history? Well, this mistake made it into the official eShop description too, meaning that they have never corrected this fallacy in 30 years. Similarly, all official descriptions mention Koopa Troopas appearing. Simply disgraceful. Some people were pointing out that the Piranha Plants I said were the same as all other Mario games. The Sarasaland variety is called a Pacoon. These are not two different things. Pacoon is just merely the Japanese name of Piranha Plant, and this was a localization that slipped through the cracks a few times. It's likely that Mario does indeed wear a hat in this game, despite how the colors are displayed on the Super Game Boy. It's just that Mario Land was finished long before the Super Game Boy was a twinkle in their eye, so likely the data of the game wasn't able to work with giving him a hat. Every stage has a time limit of 400 seconds. I've never once even come close to running out of time, but this is what happens when you're low on time and when you run out. I tested out actually going inside of a bullet Biff Blaster, and it's pretty forgiving, actually. It seems to understand that those things can spawn inside of you, and you can't really help it if they fire off, but you can't move out of the way. Biff is such a swell guy. I got my decapitation shoes on. Just wanted to say that. There's alternate pathways in some levels that I didn't take or couldn't take. For the ones where we couldn't at least see what they were, here you go. Considering I didn't even know lifts were in the game until yesterday, it stands to reason why I wouldn't have known about this one. They thankfully weren't stupid enough to taunt you with coins that are outside the level boundary that could never be collected. This is how they're got. Beyond that, I don't think I went into this warp pipe with the Piranha Plant, as I explained the tiles being one square apart and how that worked running across it much, much later. Just a coin in Super Ballroom, but who's gonna call that useless? I've been here for like 20 minutes trying to get this one. Later in the same level is another lift. Every time I was about to break that brick block that you gotta do to get to it, I would always get hit by something, even after the fact. It was really annoying. It's just a coin room. Top right block contains a 1-up, though. And just cause I didn't go down this pathway, it's actually worse to be large at this part, so I'm guessing that's why that bonus room was put just before this, which you gotta be big to open up, because you miss out on all that booty down there. Since lives aren't terribly important, both treasures can be gotten by just dying. Why is this lion bawling like a sheep? That's seriously all it takes to kill the boss. It's 5,000 points. Secret room down here in 2-1 I don't think I showed. 2-2 is another one of those Super Mario oddities I was mentioning. There's this lower pathway. How do you do that? Walk onto an invisible pathway, of course. Need to get hurt to do it, though, because you gotta be small. And then you can just walk on across. This was something that I didn't personally know how to do until actually checking it. We're finding out together. Nothing. Okay. Mushroom, please? No? Well, I guess I still have to be mini. This is reminding me of those little mini mushroom areas in New Super Mario Bros. Games. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. I was actually kind of scared there for a second. Anything in these last two? No, not at all. That's all for that secret pathway. Last up are the contents of these question mark blocks in 4-2 as I went on the lower path. These lifts and alternate pathways are a good example of a challenge I face when researching games, actually. Sometimes it feels like I have scrubbed a game top to bottom and I've done all the reading that I can, and then there's a whole mechanic that I'm not aware of because I never found it on my own and never came across it in all my reading, so I'm mistaken in thinking that I've done all I can. Some levels have leftover junk, presumably from being converted from other levels, such as falling platforms inside the floor. I was mistaken about how scarce the Sky Pop is. Kind of. It shows up in the Japan-only game Mario and Wario, and then again in a promotion for Southwest Airlines in the original Mario Maker. Though in the second appearance, it is just a costume, not actually able to fly. It turns out the second-to-last boss, Biokinton, isn't actually a cloud. He's rather a being no one has ever seen before hiding in a cloud. There's some very small topics like an official soundtrack being released in Japan, but the real prize is that the Ambassadors of Funk teamed up with Nintendo to release a Mario album around the release of this game. Their song about Super Mario Land was lost media for a long time, but it's been uploaded online and you can find it again. It's hilarious and I unironically love it. Game over screen. Well, the scariest thing about that was the way the screen behaved. I was gonna end this with some kind of quip like, well, this game sure existed, but honestly, as much as I think it's very okay because it's so light on content and has some wonky mechanics, it was pretty fun to revisit, and I had more fun doing this than I thought I would, and I'm being completely serious right now. It's okay. If you can find a copy cheap for a couple bucks, maybe give it a try. That's all for Super Mario Land. See you back here next time for something else. And remember, there's no such thing as a non-canon series.